If you're doing the right thing and nothing seems to be changing, this morning is for you. Tuesday can be rough, not because you're failing, but because you're still showing up and you're tired of waiting. The Bible speaks directly to that kind of day. So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. That's your word of life from Galatians 6:9. So I want you to know this. You're not behind. You're simply planting. You're making all the moves that you know how to get you to that desired result. To move the needle on your growth, your career, your finances. To better yourself or your family. To brighten your future. To help and bless others, whatever it is that you are working toward. Keep moving. Because if you're still doing the right thing today, even quietly, it counts. Stick with me this morning. We're going to unpack this idea. And by the way, good morning. Welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Stephen. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for trusting me with your time. Now don't go anywhere.
Hey friend, if you're in the middle of a hard season, don't forget that even in the middle of those seasons, there are still blessings. There are still good things to be seen. There are still moments when God calls for your obedience and you get to see him work through taking one small step. Open your eyes and open your heart to see those things, even when the season itself is just really hard.
You walk into work tomorrow and they hand you a slip and say, you can't be here no more. Hey, thank you so much. When you get to the car, God, what you want me to do next? What I'm telling you is, yes, you spent your whole life perfecting your actions. We're failing at our reactions. It's our reactions. It's our reaction. So when I say surrendering reaction means, watch this, I don't let disappointment decide my demeanor.
Let me talk to the students for just a moment. What's something you've been working on that no one seems to notice yet? I'll give you a second to think about it. Maybe it's a class that you're grinding through. Maybe it's a skill that you're practicing, trying to get a little better. Maybe it's just trying to be better than you were last semester, academically. There's a lot going on at school right now. And you know what? In the middle of all that trying, right now, might feel kind of quiet. There's no applause and no obvious payoff. I know, that silence can mess with your motivation because your brain starts asking this question: is it even worth it? That's why I want to read you today's word of life. Galatians 6:9. Listen carefully. This is going to pep you up. So let's not get tired of doing what is good. Here's the part. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing when we don't give up. Now that word reap and harvest means basically all those things that you've been planting, they're going to start to sprout up. You're going to start to see some benefit from them. In fact, when you think of planting seeds, you get so many more when the harvest comes. Each plant could hold over 100 different seeds, right? So you get so much more than what you started with. I love that. But here's the key to it. The very end of that verse says, if we don't give up, that's why at just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing. So yeah, don't get tired of doing what is good. Do the next right thing, because growth doesn't make noise at first. Seeds don't announce themselves. Roots grow where no one can see them. But without that hidden work, nothing ever breaks the surface. Right now, you might be in the root building stage. Just because it's quiet doesn't mean it's pointless. So keep going. You're not late. You're not behind. In fact, you're early. One day you'll look back and realize the season that felt slow was the season that made you strong. So don't stop now. We're going to start this off by just reading the passage. This is the parable of the sower. Jesus told this. So this is how it goes. Now, you can find this if you'd like in Matthew chapter 13. I'm in the New Living Translation of the Bible. I'm going to try not to take too much time, but let me tell you, this is going to be worth it, okay? All right, here we go. Chapter 13, verse 1. Later that same day, Jesus left the house and sat beside the lake. A large crowd soon gathered around him, so he got into a boat. Then he sat there and taught as the people stood on the shore. He told many stories in the form of parables, such as this one. Listen, a farmer went out to plant some seeds. As he scattered them across his field, some seeds fell on a footpath, and the birds came and ate them. Other seeds fell on shallow soil and underlying rock. The seeds sprouted quickly because the soil was shallow, but the plants soon wilted under the hot sun, and since they didn't have deep roots, they died. Other seeds fell among thorns that grew up and choked out the tender plants. Still other seeds fell on fertile soil, and they produced a crop that was 30, 60, and even 100 times as much as had been planted. Anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand. And I could stop right there and say, well, that's enough, but no, let's keep going. Because you see, verse 10 goes like this. His disciples came and asked him, why do you use parables when you talk to the people? He replied, you are permitted to understand the secrets of the kingdom of heaven, but others are not. To those who listen to my teaching, more understanding will be given, and they'll have an abundance of knowledge. But for those who are not listening, even what little understanding they have will be taken away from them. That is why I use these parables. For they look, but they don't really see. They hear, but they don't really listen or understand. Wow, that's deep, isn't it? So, we've heard that parable before, or maybe you've never heard it before. Maybe that's your first time. There's something that's happening in here on a practical level. I wonder if you've ever seen before. So I came across a little sound clip from Jim Rohn. You probably have heard that name before. He was like a big business guy, talked a lot about business, and he pointed something out in this, and it's called the law of averages. Now keep in mind, we're swapping from a spiritual aspect to a very practical aspect of looking at this passage. With that in mind, it's the law of averages. Everybody is affected by it. This side of the world, the other side of the world, business is affected by it, social, personal, spiritual, doesn't matter what it is. We're all affected by the law of averages. Here's what the law of averages says. If you do something often enough, I want you to hear that. If you do something often enough, you will get a ratio of results. And there's this Bible story I just read to you. A very practical way of looking at the law of averages. It teaches it. It's an interesting story, right? The sower in the ancient days was that guy who planted the crops. Now, the story of the sower is a typical story of life and people and results and what you can expect. Now, the story with the sower with the excellent seed, highly ambitious. Opportunity all around him. He has the capacity. He's got the seed. Everything's ready, and he starts out to sow to get some results. Now, it's an interesting story about what happened to him, isn't it? Listen carefully. He starts out to sow, but the first part of the seed that he sows falls by the wayside, and the birds get it. Here's what it said this wise sower did. He ignored the birds, didn't he? You can assume that because of what happened next. He didn't stop sowing. He kept going. And that's the key to the story. Now, as he continues, some seed falls on shallow ground, rocky ground, where the soil is shallow. And it says the little plants start to grow. Now, this time the birds didn't get them. But on the first hot day that comes, these little plants withered and die. And there it is again, in a very practical way, the law of averages. Life takes its inevitable toll. Now then, here's what it said the wise sower did. He kept on sowing. It says now the seed falls on thorny ground. The little plant starts to grow, but then the thorns choke it to death. Well, the guy might say, how much of this trouble can I take? Well, hang on. It's not the end of the story. That's the beautiful part about it. He kept on sowing. How clever that is. He understood the law of averages. Now it says, finally, the seed falls on good ground. That's what it says. Good. How do you find the good ground? The answer is keep on sowing. Keep on looking. And that is what this word of life today is talking about. So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. That might be the key that unlocks what you've been trying to do this whole time. Maybe you've been trying, but you haven't been getting the results that you wanted, so you stopped. Like the sower, you should keep sowing, keep going, keep doing it, and watch what happens. Now, here's the beautiful thing about it. We're not alone in our endeavors. We're not alone in what we're doing as we're doing the next right thing, because we have an opportunity to bring God into the mix. And if you're doing it with His help, you better believe some results are going to come. Things are going to get better. So maybe that's you today. Maybe you've been trying, you've got this great idea, you feel like God has called you to do it, but you're just not seeing the results quite yet. That word of life is for you today. Don't get tired of doing what is good. Why? Because at just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. I hope that helps you today. Don't grow weary in well-doing. Keep up the good work. Keep doing the thing God has called you to do. Take the next step. Keep Him involved in it. Ask for His help and watch what He does. He'll support. He'll provide. You just got to keep moving. This morning, we're talking a little bit about showing up when it's hard, about doing the next right thing without seeing any results, to keep going, to keep moving. That's what the Word of Life is about. That's what today's theme is about. And you know what? In order to keep going, in order to do the thing, you've got to start. And that's where a lot of us mess up, because we haven't quite started yet. Is that you? Well, did you know that your procrastination has a price? Yeah, there's a cost to it. You ever thought of it like that? Well, here, Daryl Black, he spells it out in a pretty cool way. Take a listen to this. See what you think.
There's a cost to not doing what you already know you should be doing. There's a cost to procrastination. There's a cost to I'll do it later, I'll do it eventually. In fact, the three most dangerous words you can say to yourself are as soon as. As soon as I lose the weight, as soon as I get more money, as soon as I have more time, then I'll focus on what matters. But here's the truth. As soon as keeps you stuck exactly where you are. Your procrastination is costing you more than you think. It's costing you time, it's costing you opportunities, and it's costing you momentum. And for some of us, it's costing you peace. There's a quote that I love that says, you don't pay for procrastination all at once, you pay for it daily. Small delays compound into big regrets. That's why the Bible says, be careful then how you live, making the most of every opportunity. Another translation says, redeem the time. That means you actually have the power to take your time back and to use it wisely. You don't need more time. You need to steward the time that you already have. So stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop negotiating with later. Stop telling yourself as soon as, because the cost of waiting is always higher than the cost of starting.
And that applies to whether you have not started yet, or maybe you have started, but you're just taking your time on taking that next step. You're procrastinating. You're putting it off when you know it's what you should be doing. Don't procrastinate anymore. Get it done. Take the step. Move forward. Keep God in the middle of it. Watch what happens. If He's called you to it, guess what? He's equipping you for it. He's going to provide everything you need to make it happen. He gives you the tools to get the job done. You just got to start, and then you got to keep going. And that's a message for all of us today. Good morning.
Morning, Stephen.
What's going on, Chris?
Just out enjoying this beautiful sauna-like weather.
Sauna-like. More like a polar plunge, man.
Yeah. I just was hearing, you said something about going places when you don't really feel like going.
Yeah.
I have found, and I try to emphasize people, when I'm trying to mentor them and talk to them about this. Personally, I have people that I take responsibility of to get to church on Sunday morning and to get to Celebrate Recovery.
Yeah.
And so Like when I've been out working all day in the heat or the cold, and I get off work and I really don't feel like going, or if I just had a long, I just don't feel like going to church on Sunday, then I remind myself, hey, if I don't go, these people don't go.
Wow.
And so I take responsibility upon myself to get them there. And so even if I don't really want to go, when it would be easy just to kick out in the recliner the rest of the evening because I had a long, hard day, then my drive to do the next right thing and to do what I said I was going to do, which is, part of integrity is doing what you tell people you're going to do.
Exactly.
That helps keep me from slacking.
Yeah.
Even when I really, sometimes, nobody feels like going every time. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
There's days when we just don't want to go for whatever reason, hundreds of reasons, I'm sure. But so, it's just a thought that maybe, if you have problems motivating yourself to go, that maybe you could find adding the responsibility of getting somebody else there.
I love it. That's a great idea. Yeah, and it's a good reminder for all of us that it's not just about us. It's about others around us, too.
Right. Yeah, he didn't bless you with a way to get to church just so you could get to church. He wants you to carry somebody else with you.
There you go. That's good.
So,
thank you.
Yes. All right. Well, you have a blessed day.
You as well. That's Chris Lawrence. Hey, he's a JFM family member. I'm so glad I know that guy. He is full of all kinds of great advice and wisdom. And I'm telling you, God has done something big in his life. And I'm so glad I can call him a brother in Christ. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you, sir. I hope you have a great day. Please try to stay warm out there. All right, it's time for some business and ministry impact partners. Your weather, your word of life. Coming up, going to run a little scenario by you that maybe you parents have seen before. Except you might laugh a little. Well, let me just guarantee you're going to laugh a little. So don't go anywhere. I bet you feel like giving up. Well, let me just encourage you. Don't give up. It's all going to work out. Let me read it to you one more time. Listen instead of just with your ears. Listen with your heart this time. Ready? So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. Yeah. For somebody, that was just the amount of encouragement you needed to keep moving. So keep moving. Well, it's that time of the morning. Time for us to check in with a really good friend of ours. His name is Brian Trent. He's from Hampton, South Carolina, where he pastors a Lighthouse Church. He and his family are all across the socials under this handle, Trent Tribe. That's how you can find him for yourself. And this morning, his message lines up so well with what we're talking about today, of doing the right thing. Keeping on, even if you don't see the results now. Oh, this one's going to bless your socks off. Take a listen to this.
So maybe the devil's been whispering in your ear saying, why keep fighting? Because he knows if you win this battle, your kids won't have to fight it. And he desperately wants to destroy you and the next generation. Because if you push through this season, your bloodline breathes easier and you break cycles that have been going on, perhaps for generations before you. So this isn't just any battle. This is warfare. And with every step forward, you're claiming that promised land for you and your family. Yes, it might hurt, but freedom always does on the way out. Listen, Psalm 23 says, God's goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. You know, the Hebrew word for follow doesn't mean politely trail behind. It means to pursue, to chase down, to overtake. So God's goodness doesn't just walk with you. It hunts you down, and it doesn't clock out when your life does. Listen, Proverbs chapter 20, verse 7 says, the righteous lead blameless lives. Blessed are their children after them. So your walk with God becomes the road that your children walk on. So don't quit in the middle of a generational miracle. You're not just fighting for a moment, you're fighting for a legacy. And one day, someone will stand free because you stayed standing. So fight. Pray when words won't come, because what you're winning now will echo longer than you ever will. The goodness and mercy that chase you down will be the goodness and mercy that your children walk in. Oh man, love you.
You know what makes waiting so hard? It's not the waiting itself, it's doing the right thing while you wait. It'd be almost easier if you knew you were doing something wrong. At least then, you'd know what to fix. But you know what? You're likely not doing anything wrong. You're being faithful. You're showing up. You're trying to live with integrity. But still, it seems like nothing's really changing. That's why today's word of life is so important for you to listen to, not with your ears, but with your heart. Here, I'm going to read it to you. So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. Notice what the scripture is acknowledging there. It acknowledges fatigue. It acknowledges discouragement. It acknowledges the temptation to quit. You only tell someone not to grow weary if weariness is real. See, God doesn't shame you for being tired. He meets you there. Just because you can't see growth doesn't mean nothing is happening. Roots grow underground first. And some of the most important work God does in us happens where no one else can see it. So if you're doing the right thing today, if you're being faithful in a quiet, unseen way, you're not behind. You're planting. You don't have to rush the harvest. You just have to keep showing up. Hey, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Remember, you're not walking this road alone. I'm so glad you're here with me on the Lifeline Morning Show. Let's do it again tomorrow from 6 to 10, shall we? Thank you so much for listening to the entire show. Here you are at the very end of it. Hey, I wanted to let you know that I can't play the music here on the podcast that I can play over on the radio because this show actually comes from a live radio show. So 2 things I want to make sure that you're understanding. The music can be found in 2 places. Well, actually 1 place in 2 forms on the description of today's podcast. You'll find a Spotify playlist. You can just click that and go to Spotify and the whole list is there. Or you can access each one of those songs individually in the other playlist there in the description. I just wanted to make sure you could still enjoy the music. And here's the other part. If you ever want to hang out with me live, you can. I'm on from 6 to 10, Monday through Friday, Central Standard Time. And yeah, it's 885jfm.com. Click the On Now button and press play. That's how you can hang out with me live. Plus, I love when you reach out. You know, Preston used to just listen on the podcast, and he's come over and started listening live, and we interact, and he requests songs, and we get to know each other. It's pretty cool. So if you want to get involved with the live portion of the show, I would love for you to come and be a part of that. One final thing, we do have a JFM family group on Facebook. If you would like to be invited to become a part of that, I would love to send you an invitation. Just text me, 256-967-0885, okay? Or you can just actually comment on today's podcast and let me know you want to be a part of the family, okay? All right. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day.